Good evening, everyone. It's family time in the kitchen again on the homestead. Our pantry challenge tonight is basically soup and sandwich. Sometimes throughout the week, I will let my husband's blood sugar talk to me. And when it stays up we keep a level of it. And when it stays in the upper end of that level, I know it's time to come down a little bit. So I will choose a simple meal. Tonight is that night. So we've had some good kind of gourmet type meals or more on the extravagant side. So I'm going to come down with just basic soup and sandwich. But tonight may even help you all in more than just watching us for our supper. Some of you have been asking about the cream of chicken soup. And this recipe can be used in replace of the can to convert a recipe with. So I hope that made sense. So I am making cream of chicken soup. How I'm doing that for our pantry challenge, however, is I am using my home chicken broth, bone broth, and I am using our home canned chicken because I'm going to add chicken to this. Now, if you were going to use this like you were having in a recipe and it called for a can of cream of chicken soup, you can have one or two options. You can leave the meat totally out of it and just have the flavoring, or you can even purchase a can of chicken and put your chicken bits in it and have it the same way as you would out of a can. I'm just choosing to use what we home canned and more fresh ingredients. Otherwise, I would add it to it just so I can have the flavor. Now for me, as an extra kick, in any time that I used the can of cream of chicken, I always added a little special ingredient. And I'm going to do that special ingredient tonight as well, as I like just a tad bit of lemon flavor. So, and lemon is also really good on blood sugar. Lemon and cinnamon somehow have a tendency to lower blood sugar. So a little bit of lemon will definitely benefit him as well. So we will begin tonight. The sandwich that I'm doing, I am actually taking the keto bread. I'm going to make a sandwich, toast this bread, and then I am going to be making, with this soup, homemade egg salad. So we're having egg salad sandwich with this. Let's get my lid on here. So tonight's meal is going to be all about the soup. And I will explain to you how to convert this soup. Again, until I can find something better, it is possible to turn this. Don't add the meat. If you want to be able to convert this to cream of mushroom soup, keep the meat out of it. Because you're going to add, instead of the meat in it, you're going to add mushrooms in this. So I'm going to give you the base. And after I give you the base, I'm going to tell you approximately, this one you'll see, but I'll at that point give you approximate amount for the mushrooms. So we are going to start with a 1/4 cup of butter. And we're going to melt this. I will put in the description box again for those who are new to subscribing and didn't catch my other videos about this. But I am also going to be using Victoria's all-purpose flour. And I will go ahead and put that link to that video of hers for that one. And I will also put this recipe in the description box below as well. This is her recipe for this soup as well. But the alternatives that I'm going to do, these are my ideas. So that flour for her is fairly new, and I don't want to step on her for that. That would be mean. So I'm not going to do that. And to give her credit for both of these, I can link both her videos to this in the description box, and I will probably do that. So currently I'm going to melt this down, and once this is melted, I will be back to give you the next step. Okay, our butter is melted, and we need to add our next ingredient. That next ingredient will be Victoria's Keto all-purpose flour. Now this is one time, y'all, yes, I am stepping into the specialties. I told you that occasionally it is necessary that I have to do that. I cannot use an all-purpose flour. This has come out to be about the best I can do to convert recipes as far as that's concerned. I do not use this all the time. I try to stretch this as much as possible. I will make one bulk, store it in a bowl, and only use what I need. So it's not one of those specialties I have to run to Amazon every time I turn around. I can make this one last by choosing other meals to do that. But tonight I have to use this specialty. So her flour, she says that we need 1/2 cup and 2 tablespoons of this in our melted butter. We are at this point, we're going to be making a roux. So I'm going to get 1/2 cup. And 2 tablespoons. And this one is her all-purpose flour. She actually has 3. She's got a perfected, an all-purpose, and a self-rising. Now the perfected is supposed to take place of both the other 2. I haven't experienced that too much, so I'm just going to stick with what I have used. So there's our flour base. Now we're just going to mix this up with the butter to form our roux. And you want it mixed in really well to get this flour mixture moist. Just like so. Once I get this incorporated really well, I'm going to be adding 2 cups of my chicken broth, chicken stock, bone broth, whatever you want to choose to do. I am using my homemade chicken broth. And I need 2 cups. I'll take that first cup and incorporate this flour. This way I don't have it sticking anywhere, and it'll start getting this melted down some. I want a smooth soup, not a lumpy one. Okay, now I'm going to add my second cup. Man, I knew I was going to do that. As a matter of fact, instead of opening up another jar, I have about 3/4, so I'm just going to fill the rest of this since it is home, and I'm going to fill the rest of it up with just water. Okay, there's my 2 cups. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up really well. Then I kind of want to get this thickened. So I'm going to keep this on medium-high until it gets somewhat thickened up. And then we'll go with the rest of the ingredients. And instead of you sitting here waiting on that, I'll bring you back as soon as I get it to that point of being thick. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. Let me bring this in just a little bit. We are now bubbly, sort of. and it's a lot thicker now, so I can start adding my other ingredients. Alright, so now I'm going to add, she says to use 1 chicken bouillon. I'm actually going to use a chicken base. You can use better than bouillon. I'm just going to use a teaspoon of this. And I'm going to mix that in. Yeah, it's getting a lot thicker now. I'm going to turn this down just a bit. I don't want it boiling. Now I'm going to add my, in most cream of mushroom or cream of chicken soups in a can or mushroom, you would add a milk. My milk base is going to be a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream mixed in with 3/4 cup of water. Just a little homesteading side note. Not sure many of you know this, but if you run into an emergency where you don't have any butter, heavy whipping cream can be turned into butter, by the way. One day, I may go ahead and show you that process. It's really simple. So just know that you will need a quart size container of heavy whipping cream and a food processor, and that'll be it. Alright, so now I'm going to mix this up really well, and then I'm going to incorporate this into our soup. Just like so. And then I'm going to mix this together. It's already starting to smell like it. Now this makes approximately 3 cups, and according to her, this comes out to be about, for the whole entire batch, approximately 3 net carbs. Alright, so now that we got this, we're going to add our seasoning mix. With our seasonings that go with this, we need a 1/4 teaspoon each of celery salt. I definitely will be doing this homemade again. I love this. The flavor is amazing. So there's my 1/4 teaspoon of that. I need a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm using Himalayan sea salt. Now I'm going to blend these seasonings together. Wow, that smells so good. Get this blended in to where it melts. And it already, just like it is, before you add any mushrooms, before you add any meat to this, it already smells just like I took it from the can. I'm going to give a quick taste to see if I can try to explain that flavor to you. Wow, okay. Now in her mix, in her flour mix, there is almond flour in it. So I will let you know that. So you kind of do get that almond flour bits in there. But all in all, I can live with this soup. As far as flavor-wise, this tastes, honestly, to me, better than what you get from the can. I can deal with the almond flour to the fact that I can get that flavor from a can we can't have. So I will take that. Now at this point, I'm going to come back. I'm going to drain this chicken, and I'm just going to use this whole thing in here. It'll break up into bits, and it ain't going to hurt me. You can add as much chicken as you want. I really don't want to waste this jar, so I'm just going to throw it all in. And once I get this strained, I'll come back and add this. And then I will give you a close-up to what this soup looks like. Okay, so we strained our chicken, and I'm just going to add that to this. I'm just going to mix it up really well. Y'all, my goodness. I am definitely one for flavor, and those of you who tried my recipes, you already know I am one for flavor, so I try not to steer anybody wrong. So I can tend to break this chicken up just a bit if I wanted to, like I am, so they're not so chunky. And then I'm going to add my little additive to this, and this, from what I've already tasted, it's going to taste so good. To make a lemony cream of chicken soup. Oh, I can't wait. It's been cold out all day today. The sun's been out. The temperature's dropped some. And even though it's been in the 50s, it's just one of those kind of chilly type of 50s. So this is going to taste so good. Break this up some more. And now I am going to add my favorite. And I'm going to add a tablespoon. I'm going to test it, and if I choose to want more, I'll add more. But I'm going to start with a tablespoon of lemon juice. And I'm going to blend this in and see if I'd like more. I tend to want to taste that lemon. Okay, we'll get another spoon and we'll test this out. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay, I'm going to go 1 more tablespoon of lemon. Oh, this is good, y'all. It really is good. Now, if I wanted to turn this into mushroom, I easily could. And how I would do that is, you've seen in this, I added the chicken. Eliminate the chicken. Keep the recipe the same as it's been, which is your baseline. And then, based by your preference, you can choose to go 1/4 cup or more of chopped mushrooms of your choice. And I will tell you, this will mix very well in converting it into chicken or cream of mushroom. Now, unless I find something different, I'm going to tell you this is exactly what I would be doing. If I want a cream of mushroom soup, all I would be doing is throwing them in here. And that is it, y'all. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring you over to show you what this looks like. It is amazing. So let me set you up so you can see this. Okay, and here we have it. This is our soup. It's not really super thin. It's just got that right consistency. If you were to take a can and add a thing of milk to it, this is the exact same thing. You can see I got my bits of chicken in here. It's also shredded, being home canned. I mean, this is perfect. I really cannot wait to eat this tonight. So, and again, this makes approximately about three cups. It could end up making a little more. If you chose to make this ahead of time and you didn't want to eat it right away, you could let the soup cool down and you could store it in your refrigerator until you were ready. Now, it won't last too long, so I wouldn't leave it in there a week or 2 weeks. But if it's something you want to make ahead of time and then put it up until either later that evening or even the next day, you could do that. So I am going to go ahead and finish plating up our dishes, and once I do, I will bring you back. And there we have our supper tonight. I toasted the keto bread that we actually got from Aldi. I filled it with the egg salad and spring salad mix. And then we have our cream of chicken soup. Now, when I got to thinking about this, I have a favorite Hungarian mushroom soup. Using this base, I will go and purchase some mushrooms. I want to try if my Hungarian mushroom soup, if I can convert it using this base to make my soup. That's to be continued. So, in the meantime, it is a cool evening and I am getting ready to go eat. Again, I've been hungry. We got back from our appointment, so this was a quick fix meal, y'all. This took no time. Excuse me. So this took no time at all. And maybe 10 minutes or so. So I encourage you to try it. Until then, much love from Parton's Heritage Homestead.